Hello, dear book dragons. It's the middle of June, and I want to do a video today because I've read 3 library books that I need to give back tomorrow, and so I thought I would talk about them so you can see them before I give them back. And the first 2 is The Clockwork Boys and The Wonder Engine by T. Kingfisher. It's 2 books in one, really. It's just the snow. When you start the second book, it just continues on exactly where the first one ended. And this is a story of 4 people leaving their city to find the Clockwork Boys, who are like destroying engines, statues kind of thing, that are coming to their city, the Dowager City, and destroys everything in their way. And this is set in the same world as the Paladin books, but it's before. I don't know exactly how long before. Maybe it could be 100 years, it could be less. I'm not sure. If there's one critique I have to T. Kingfisher, is you don't really get a sense of space and time because there's no maps and there's no like this was this year and this was that year. And that would, for me, that would be a nice world building. I enjoy this book so much. I think I gave them 4.8 stars. Well, it doesn't really matter. They are like 5. They are 5 stars books. See what I wrote just when I finished it. Yes, exactly. 4.8 stars. 4.8 for both of them. And the people that you get to know are Slate, who is a woman. She has a little magical ability. Well, maybe not ability because she can't control it. It's more like she gets the extremely big scent of rosemary every time. Oh, this is interesting about the books I'll talk about later. I'll come to that. But every time she's in big danger or she's meeting someone very important, she gets a strong scent of rosemary, which she has inherited from her grandmother. And she's also very allergic to this scent, so she sneezes a lot when that happens, and she's very allergic to everything really, so it's not very convenient. She is she's a forger. She forges of different documents and is supposed to be in jail, but she gets a second chance to prove herself to the city. So she gets to select her followers, who also are criminals, well, at least 2 of them, and that's a paladin. Of course, there is a paladin, and this paladin is actually mentioned in the Paladin books, at least in the last one. What's his name? Caliban. And of course, there is a lot of feelings going on between those 2. And he was in jail because he was possessed by a demon, and unfortunately killed a lot of people. And even if it wasn't he who wanted to do that, he, of course, if it hadn't been a paladin, he would have been put to death. So, but as he was put to lifetime prison instead. So he has a lot of self-loathing, you could say. And then we have an assassin, which is called Brenner. And Brenner and Slate has like they have a complicated history. It had a relationship and stuff. So those are the 3 prisoners that are set free, but they're not set free really. They get like a mark on them. So if they don't do as they've been told, this etched in mark will kill them. It's really a bit weird. And then they actually had a volunteer, a very young man. I think he's like 18. He's a scholar, Edmund, learned Edmund as they call him, and he's very naive. He has no whatsoever, haven't met a woman in years, and he's shocked and angry that she's leading them. But the longer they get to know each other, the more he realizes that she is intelligent and all that kind of stuff. And on the way, they meet a Noel, Noel, I guess you say Noel. And the Knowles were apparently new to the society, because this is set before the Paladin books. They didn't have any Knowles in the Dowager city, so when they meet him on the way to the other city, the Anarchist city, where the Cockroachboys are coming from, they're quite shocked because they haven't seen an Gnoll ever. He rescues her, well, she rescues him, and he helps her in a very tricky situation. And I like these books better than the Paladin books, because we get to know them better, and yeah, it's just, and it's really funny. It's romantic. Oh, my boyfriend is calling me. Sorry. Sorry about that. Nothing important. Anyway, I'll just have to check they actually are filming. Yes, I am. I did a video yesterday, and it stopped before I was finished. So yes, so it is very emotional towards the end of the second book. I cried. They're really, really good. Read them if you like Kingfisher. You'll love these books, and it's a good mystery. A little bit weird, as their books usually are, but they're not gross. Yeah, which I appreciate. Which the next book I'm going to talk about is kind of gross and very cute. And that is Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. I had never heard about this book before. I heard about it from a fellow YouTuber, and I know I've heard actually 2 people talking about them, and I was like, oh, borrow this from the library. Maybe have to jump over some parts because I knew it was going to be a little bit gross, and I did have to do that, but it was not very many parts. It was just little now and then, and quite a lot in the end, towards the end. And it's such a lovely, very funny, sweet, romantic, and gross about a monster called Sheshishen, and she is dangerously allergic to rosemary as well, so that's why I kind of laughed when I thought about it. But she's deadly for her. It's not deadly for slates, so that's kind of different. But it was kind of funny. It was the same thing. Anyways, this is kind of a love story, and a monster. Who is the monster story? Because Sheshishen is a monster. They call her a Wyvern, but she's something very unique. She's like a grey, slimy entity that can take parts from from humans and animals, so she can make herself look like a human. So I didn't feel those parts were gross. There were just some other stuff. Well, and she falls in love with a human, a lovely woman who takes care of her when she's been hunted and falls down a cliff. And yeah, it starts from there. Well, no, it starts earlier than that, and this is this woman, Homely, her family has been hunting Sheshishen for years, And Homely is very lovely and kind, but her sisters, brother, and her mother are just awful to her. And Shetterchen has never been around humans except to eat them and fool them. Because she really likes her, she gets really angry and tells her to stand up for herself. She really teaches her to stand up for herself. And she's so funny. She doesn't know she's funny because she's not human. She can't really see the subtleties in how we communicate, and it's just adorable. And yeah, so if you want to read a really unique book and think about who are monsters, is it humans who do horrible stuff? Probably more monstrous. The monsters who just want to eat and be in peace. So yeah, I highly recommend. I haven't actually written down it yet, but I would say 4.8 stars as well, 5 stars. So those are the books I've read, and I want to show you some books I've actually bought recently. Because I finished school, my lovely boyfriend gave me some money, well, a certificate book, well, where I usually order books. And I ordered 4 lovely, beautiful books. And the first one is To Say Nothing of the Dog, which is a time-traveling, romantic and funny book. And this Connie Willis, who wrote the book, she is winner of multiple Hugo and Nebula Awards. That's good. And this is a comedic romp through an unpredictable world of mystery, love, and time travel. And so Ned Henry is badly in need of a rest. He's been shuttling between the 21st century and the 1940s, searching for a Victorian atrocity called the Bishop's Bird Stump. It's part of a project to restore the famed Coventry Cathedral, destroyed in a Nazi air raid over 100 years earlier. But then Verity Kindle, a fellow time traveler, inadvertently brings back something from the past. Now Ned must jump back to the Victorian era to help Verity put things right, not only to save the project, but to prevent altering history itself. And I've heard about this book several times through one of my favorite authors, India Holton, who writes really, really funny books. And she keeps talking about this book, how much it's meant to her and how funny it is and how lovely it is. So I decided to buy it. And apparently it's actually the second book in a series, but she told me it doesn't matter if I don't read the first one. So I read the first one, it's much more sad and depressing, so I'll just read this one. And if I love it, maybe I'll read the first one as well. And then I bought Homegrown Magic by Jamie Pecton and Rebecca Prodos, and I've seen this on Instagram, I think, a lovely tea and book woman that I follow. And this is a delightful queer cottagecore romantic fantasy full of friends to lovers, chemistry, found family, and cozy garden magic. Perfect for fans of Legend Letters and The Spell Shop, which I love both. So this is about a green witch and an heir of the wealthiest family in the realm. And I really love reading about witches with plant magic, so this is yes for me. And this is not one of the books I ordered. This I found in the bookshop not too long ago. It's in English. It's called The Healing Season of Pottery. So here it says in Swedish, ceramic for beginners, a year of clay and healing. And look at this beautiful, beautiful book. And there's a little cat down here. I really love these cat books, these Asian cat books. There are quite a lot of them. And yeah, well, so this is a book about a woman called Young Min who's been burnt out and she's in desperate need of a change. So she starts working with clay, not working with clay, she starts having fun with clay. So it's like a new world for her. And just really, I was drawn in by how it looks and how it seems. I have worked quite a lot with clay many years ago, both for fun and at work actually. So yeah, I'll look forward to read that. And then I have 3 more books. I have Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. Look at that, how beautiful it is. And this apparently is a very cozy, fantastical fantasy. It says, on a back street in Tokyo lies a pawn shop, but not everyone can find it. Most will see only a cozy ramen restaurant, and just the chosen ones, those who are lost, will find a place to pawn their life choices and deepest regrets. And Hana Ishikawa wakes on her first morning as its new owner to find the pawn shop ransacked, the shop's most precious acquisition stolen, and her father missing. And then into the shop stumbles a charming stranger, quite unlike other customers, for he offers help instead of seeking it. And together they must journey through a mystical world to find Hana's father and the stolen choice, through rain puddles, hitching rides and paper cranes, across a bridge between midnight and morning, and through a night market in the clouds. But as they get closer to the truth, Hana must reveal a secret of her own and risk making a choice she will never be able to take back. So I think this will be very poetic and very beautiful. That's the feeling I got when I've read what Alice says about it. And yeah, I just was really drawn into it. I think I just got it as a suggestion where I order books first. So that's interesting. And, sorry. The last one that was a gift from my boyfriend is The Night and the Moth. I ordered them myself, but anyway. By Rachel Gillig. And Rachel Gillig has written this duology, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, which I read last year, I think, and really, really loved. So when I saw this was coming out, I was like, oh, I have to read that. And then I got an email, maybe 2 weeks ago, it's out. So that's when I ordered the books. As soon as I saw it was out, I was like, I have to order it now before it's sold out. And there, I'm so happy because this book actually has a map. I don't think this is set in the same world as the duology. This is the Stonewater Kingdom, and this map with pictures of the different castles. I mean, and just this losing words again. This picture is just so gorgeous. And this is about Sybil Delling, who has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. She doesn't want to dream. She is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folks alike travel across the kingdom of Troms, wind-swept moors. When I read this yesterday about moors, I was like, oh, north of England, to learn their futures by her dreams. Well, I don't have to read everything, but it's, I guess, it's full of magic and love, and yeah, she's a great writer, and a very good writer. The world she builds in the last series was just amazing, and I think this is the start of a new series. I guess so, because, well, I don't know. Yes, it says the Stonewater Kingdom, book 1 here, so yeah, I guess so. And now the last book, which I've ordered like 2 months ago or something is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. And I saw Darling Desi on YouTube showing this book maybe a year ago, and I've been thinking, such beautiful pictures. The illustrations are by Inga Moore. Inga, we would say in Swedish, but I don't think she is Swedish. And what's this? I already read half of the book. I read like one story every evening. Yesterday I read 2 because they were connected. I have to show you. I think there is a picture on every page actually. But the one I loved most is a picture with the car going down. Oh, where is it? I hope it comes soon. Here it is. Look at this beautiful, beautiful picture. It's just gorgeous. And the start of the book, all the pictures are gorgeous, but yeah, here you can see Mole painting his house. And there's, you can see there's a picture for every chapter, every story. Here, this is a picture I wanted to show you. So this is full of pictures, and I love illustrated books. And there are 9 stories, and I already read 4 of them. So yeah, I'm so happy I finally have this. And I'll talk more about them in the next video when I've finished it. So I'll see you end of June if I'm home then. Yes, I am. See you. Bye. Happy reading.